In the burning heart of Mexico, legends whisper of mountains filled with Aztec gold, enough to buy empires, enough to rewrite history. When Hernán Cortés marched into Tenochtitlan in 1519, he saw more than warriors and temples. He saw endless treasure. Yet, after the Spanish conquest, the gold vanished. Did the Aztecs hide it? Did greedy conquistadors steal it? Or did it sink beneath rivers and time itself? For centuries, explorers, treasure hunters, and governments alike have searched for this lost fortune. Tonight, we follow the trail of one of history's greatest mysteries, the vanished treasure of the Aztecs. It was the early 16th century, and the Aztec Empire stood as a mighty civilization, rich in culture, power, and wealth beyond imagination. Their capital, Tenochtitlan, shone with temples layered in gold, bustling markets, and canals shimmering like Venice. To the Aztecs, gold was not just wealth, it was sacred, the flesh of the sun god. But in 1519, Hernán Cortés and his band of Spanish conquistadors arrived with steel, horses, and ambition. They were stunned at the scale of Aztec power and consumed with greed at the sight of their treasures. When Emperor Moctezuma welcomed Cortés, it seemed like diplomacy might prevail. Instead, the Spanish took him hostage. Tensions erupted into violence, and soon Tenochtitlan burned. The Spanish barely escaped with their lives during La Noche Triste, the Night of Sorrows, when thousands of Spaniards and their allies were slaughtered as they tried to flee the city. But here lies the mystery. The Spaniards carried with them vast amounts of stolen Aztec treasure. During the chaotic escape across a causeway, much of this gold supposedly disappeared, lost in lakes, canals, or hidden by the Aztecs themselves. Where did the gold go? Did it sink to the bottom of Lake Texcoco? Was it buried in the mountains by fleeing warriors? Or was it smuggled away by Cortés himself? In the decades that followed, rumors spread across Mexico. Survivors whispered of golden idols buried deep in hidden caves. Conquistadors claimed to have seen mountains of treasure vanish into the waters. And Cortés himself wrote to the Spanish crown about the enormous wealth, though suspiciously, much of it never reached Spain. What no one realized at the time was that the treasure had become more than gold. It had become a legend powerful enough to ignite centuries of obsession. Throughout the colonial era, treasure hunters scoured the Valley of Mexico. They dredged lakes, tunneled through hills, and interrogated indigenous survivors. Some swore they found fragments, a gilded mask here, a bar of gold there. But the great hoard remained hidden. By the 19th century, as Mexico fought for independence, the myth of the lost Aztec gold resurfaced as a symbol of resistance. Rebels dreamed that if the treasure were recovered, Mexico's future could be secured. Foreign adventurers too joined the hunt, publishing tales of cursed caves and lost cities. But danger was always closing in. Searchers vanished in remote mountains. Expeditions ended in disaster. Some claimed the treasure was guarded, not just by the earth, but by supernatural forces, the wrath of the Aztec gods. Archaeologists in the 20th century uncovered evidence of mass burial pits, fragments of melted gold, and remnants of Spanish armor near Lake Texcoco. These discoveries hinted at truth, but also deepened the enigma. If the gold was melted down, where did it go? And if it was lost in the lake, why has no one ever found it? The answer may lie in betrayal. Some records suggest that Cortés's closest men, desperate for power, smuggled away portions of the treasure in secret. Ships carrying gold from Mexico mysteriously vanished at sea. Did storms swallow them, or pirates steal their cargo? The hunt for Aztec gold became a tale of obsession. Each new rumor only fueled the fire, turning the legend into one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. Picture the scene. June 30th, 1520, La Noche Triste. Spanish soldiers and their indigenous allies flee Tenochtitlan under the cover of darkness. Their arms weighed heavy, not with weapons but with gold stolen from the temples. As they stumbled across the causeway, Aztec warriors struck. Arrows rained down, chaos erupted, and the causeway became a slaughterhouse. Many conquistadors, greedy for treasure, drowned under the weight of their loot. The waters of Lake Texcoco swallowed countless bars of gold, jeweled ornaments, and sacred idols. Witnesses recalled seeing soldiers sink like stones, dragged down by greed itself. Cortés escaped, barely alive. But what he carried back to Spain was only a fraction of the empire's wealth. The rest was gone, lost in the mud, the lake, or hidden in secret vaults never to be seen again. That night, thousands perished, and with them, one of history's most legendary fortunes vanished forever. Centuries later, the story still haunts Mexico. The lost gold of the Aztecs is more than a tale of treasure. It is a wound, a reminder of conquest, betrayal, and cultural loss. Some archaeologists argue that the treasure was melted down and quietly transported to Spain, its origins erased. Others believe the majority remains buried under the lakes and mountains around Mexico City, waiting for discovery. But perhaps the greatest treasure was never gold at all. The true wealth of the Aztecs lay in their knowledge, their artistry, and their civilization, much of which was destroyed in the conquest. The lost gold remains a haunting symbol of greed, tragedy, and resilience. For every bar of treasure that may lie hidden beneath the earth, the greater story is one of a people whose empire was shattered, but whose culture still lives on in modern Mexico. And so, the question endures. Was the treasure truly lost, or was it never meant to be found? Like, share, and subscribe for more forgotten stories, because history hides darker secrets than treasure alone.